It's that time to say good morning to you. Good rainy Monday morning to you. Grenada Carrier, Coopy, Martinique, the rest of the world. Don't know what the weather is like in other parts, but here it's rainy. And I'll wait with high anticipation for the folks from the Met Office to know what the weather is going to be like for the day. Good morning to each and every one of you. So happy to be back with you. Never thought I would be here this morning, but nonetheless, I'm here with you. Feeling a whole lot better than yesterday and Friday and Saturday. But nonetheless, hope you had a great weekend. How was the weekend? You still rocking from the earthquake on Saturday night? Yeah, good, nice. I hope you did not panic too much. You know, these things do happen. Yep. It's 25 minutes on to 7 o'clock. That is the time. I hope you are having a great morning thus far. Hope you got Jesus in the mix over the weekend. You know, ever so often we tend to forget that, you know, he's supposed to be an integral part in all that we do. Good morning, Mary E. Banks. Michelle Bernard is here with us. Good morning, Michelle. Lydia Cameron is with us. Good morning. Want to say good morning to Mildred Smith. How are you doing? I hope you're doing fine. Wendy Williams says good morning to you, Mr. Joseph. Blessed day. Monica Meros Williams, good morning. Bernadette Robinson, Monday morning blessings. My good friend Yulin. Yulin, I haven't seen you yet, man. What's up? All right. Yulin says morning. All right. Sylvina Charles, good morning. Who else is there? Catherine Phillip is with us. Mildred Smith is in the building. All right. May God continue to guide you and protect you. Wow, who's this wonderful person that is giving me this? Good morning, my brother. Have a blessed day. Well, thank you. All right. Hope you're doing fine. Yep. Jillian McIntyre is there. Nutmeg Queen, good morning. What's up? You good? Yeah, you'll behave yourself today, right? Nice. It's 24 minutes on to 7 o'clock. Good morning to all the drivers of the nation. All right. The roads are wet. Traction would be a problem. So you know you got to drive carefully, okay? Good morning to all our busmen of the nation. Good morning, the bus drivers, the bus conductors. Doesn't matter which route you're traveling, be careful. Please. I beg you. Yeah. This 24 minutes on to 7. It's Good Morning Grenada for today, Monday the 24th day of June. Oh, Father, hear my cry. Hear my cry. Intercede on my behalf, yeah? Nice. Well, if I had another chance to start afresh again and live this life all over. The folks on the Sister Isles of Carriacou and P.D. Martinique, good morning. The Grenadines, good morning. Michelle Forsyth, Melville Jack, the folks inside of St. Vincent and the Grenadines, good morning. Tobago, good morning. We do have a contingent from Barbados. Good morning, Barbados. Nice. Trinidad, good morning. Guyana. England. And those of you out there in the US, good morning. To all the Caribbean islands, man, good morning. Just getting to realize that, you know, we're listened and looked at all over. Dublin, good morning. Nice. 22 minutes on to 7. Grenada, good morning. Reaching out and saying good morning to the nuts man out there in Corinth in St. David. He is one genius, eh? Corinth, good morning. Yeah. Syracuse and Providence. Dodma. Windsor Forest. Vincent's. Big J, good morning to you and the family, man. Thank you for Miss Valerie Farray and the folks inside of Agai. Nutmeg Queen Grenada wet. Literally wet, yeah? Morning to you, Dr. Francis Martin. Good morning. Samela Modeste. Good morning. Petlin and the folks inside of Munich.
I will lift up my eyes unto
all the time.
From whence cometh my help?
Pastor Laurie Dominic.
From the Lord which made heaven and earth.
And the First Family.
I can tell the future, neither can I say.
The New Testament Church of God Wester Hall family, good morning.
On my final day, but until my walk is
we had a visitor from the US yesterday,
my best.
Unfortunately, I couldn't make it to greet her.
Yes, Lord. Oh,
nice. Joanna, good morning. The folks inside of Stone Road.
Oh,
Marvin, Dominic, good morning to you and the family. Yvette and the children. Good morning. Melvin, everybody. Can't remember the girl's name. Johnny and the guys. It's time for us to head to the word of the day. What is the word of the day today? The word of the day today, it's an adjective. It's a describing word. It's clandestine. Clandestine. C-L-A-N-D-E-S-T-I-N-E. Clandestine. And clandestine describes something done secretly or in a private place or way.
Strive to walk the walk. Yes.
20 minutes on to 7.
By example.
Management and staff of GBN, good morning. GBN family, good morning. Enos the Genius McDonald, good morning to you and the family, bro. Here's how we can use that word in a sentence. The wedding was a clandestine affair in Las Vegas. It was a private affair. It was done secretly. Yeah, I want to feed too many people. Yeah, so they did it clandestine. Oh, Father.
Hear my prayer. Hear my prayer.
Yeah, good morning, good morning. Edson Ajamu Kingman Mitchell, good morning to you, bro. Hope you're doing fine. Nice. So let's see. It's time for me to tell Nadisha and the folks inside of Cafe, good morning. Cafe and surrounding areas, good morning. Lata and Chiefin Lata and Pomeroy, good morning. Eggies and the guys, good morning, good morning. Peck and everybody, good morning, good morning. Apretut, Bellevue, Thebaid, Central, Belial, good morning, good morning, good morning. The thought of the day today, it says perfection is not attainable. Let me reiterate this. Perfection is not attainable. But if we chase perfection, we can catch excellence. That's nice. No one is perfect. But if you you fight for perfection, keep pursuing perfection, you just be excellent at what you do, all right? Nice, nice, nice. What's buzzing this morning? Let's see what's buzzing. Well, of course, everybody felt the earthquake except me. Dr. Francis Martin, I didn't feel it, I didn't feel that earthquake at all. Nonetheless, they said that the earthquake, struck us at 11:58 p.m. on Saturday night. Didn't feel it. Guess I was in too much pain. All right, but nonetheless, no injuries or damage reported following Saturday night's earthquake. In the region, increased online fraud against senior citizens. That's happening in Jamaica and the BVI and surrounding countries. Belarus opposition leader warns Poland over borders. I saved the saddest one for last. My team has been bumped out of the World Cup contention. West Indies. I mean, it was a low-scoring match, but then the eventualities were against us. The Duckworth-Lewis method. I never liked this method. Play the game over. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah, just play the game over, man. South Africa defeated West Indies via the Duckworth-Lewis method, therefore stalling all chances of West Indies going forward into the semi-finals. Man, I was so hopeful that I was going to see that. Donley Alexis, good morning to you. All right. Folks, we've got to take that break. We've got the AM edition of News, Sports, and the Weather this morning. And those of you who are on the television platform, we've got a rebroadcast of Friday evening's television news. Stick and stay with us. We're with you anywhere and everywhere.
Thanks for joining us. Radisson Grenada Beach Resort is playing host to the Carry Secure 2.0 Regional Journalism Training. The two-day workshop is aimed at enhancing journalistic standards in reporting on youth involvement in crime and trafficking in persons. Here's the report.
The workshop, which commenced on Friday, brings together 15 local and regional journalists from Grenada, St. Vincent and the Grenadines, and Barbados, providing them with essential tools and insights for responsible human interest reporting. Kiran Maharaj of the Media Institute of the Caribbean is one of the facilitators of the two-day training session, along with Wesley Gibbings, a media trainer who has been in the industry for more than 40 years.
The workshop was designed specifically for our working journalists who we know have an interest in reporting on crime, but also the involvement of youth in crime and violence and trafficking in persons. It is part of the Carry Secure 2.0 project supported by UNDP and USAID, and this is being done in the Eastern Caribbean.
I see Caribbean societies as a general principle benefiting from improved media coverage of issues related to youth and crime, because these are two areas of concern to all of our societies, to all of our countries.
Their guidance was pivotal in equipping participants with the skills necessary to navigate the sensitive terrain of reporting on vulnerable populations and complex social issues. The workshop focuses on several key areas, including ethical considerations in reporting on youth and TIP, understanding the legal frameworks and best practices for protecting the identities and rights of victims. Journalists are also being trained on the importance of contextual storytelling, which involves providing comprehensive background information to avoid sensationalism and foster public understanding. Participants expressed their gratitude and highlighted the practical benefits of the training.
To learn from some of these seasoned professionals on how to report on youth involved in crime is very important. We learned about the importance of being empathetic to victims of crime, sometimes even being empathetic towards the perpetrators.
It's not stagnant. It's always moving.
The Carib Secure 2.0 initiative, under which this training falls, is part of a broader effort to enhance security and justice sector responses in the Caribbean through evidence-based policy and programming. By fostering a culture of responsible journalism, the initiative aims to contribute to a more informed and engaged public, ultimately aiding in the prevention and reduction of crime and human trafficking in the region. Cherry and Blackburn Stephen, JBN News.
Well, as part of Caribbean Heritage Month, recognizing the contributions and historic significance of Caribbean people around the world, the U.S. Embassy presented a gift to Eva Lewis, the oldest surviving relative of Malcolm X in Grenada. Historian Terence Wilson, a third-generation Grenadian cousin of Malcolm X, said he thought it fit that Lewis was honored on that day.
What I did was that I set up the Malcolm X Family Foundation, and we have it organized, but we have not yet come to the public exposing it, But the members of the organization are there. The history is well documented, and I thought it was necessary for us to honor thank you, Eva, who always say you are a great person and you must be honored. And the university taking this opportunity to team along with us to help us to promote this great icon. I must say we really appreciate that.
Eva Lewis said the unexpected gift was greatly appreciated.
Well, can I first say, I don't know, I cannot find words to express how I feel. Although Tara told me about you coming here today, but I wasn't expecting, and I'm very grateful. And I think the foundation will be a good for the family, for Malcolm X especially, so his name could carry on. And I have to thank Terry for all that he's doing.
All right, thank you. Thank you so much.
Music lovers will be treated to the pulsating sounds of local and regional talent as Silver Sands stages the Grenada Caribbean Music Festival this weekend. The event is scheduled for Saturday at Port Louis Lawn in St. George. Beverly Telesford tells us more.
The Silver Sands Grenada Caribbean Music Festival guarantees an unforgettable night of music, showcasing a stellar lineup of artists who embody the essence of the Caribbean. Leading the way are Grenada's own stars, the soulful Sabrina Francis, the lively Jefferson, and the electrifying Mr. Killer. They will be joined by international talents like Jamaican reggae singer Lila Ike and Trinidadian soca star Patrice Roberts, promising a captivating musical blend. Lila Ike expressed her enthusiasm being part of the event.
I definitely want to just, soak up the energy and the vibe of Grenada's people, and also looking forward to making new fans because I've never been here before, and I'm looking forward to sharing in the music with my band as well. They're also very excited. They're on their way. So yeah, looking forward to all the good energy and of course experiencing the other artists on the show.
The festival aims to boost tourism and showcase Grenada throughout the Caribbean. Sabrina Francis, one of the local artists on the cast, also expressed her excitement about performing at the festival, urging attendees to savor every moment.
Just this morning I was walking in town and somebody was like, I bought my ticket, I'm ready, and that is the type of energy I'm most excited about, because it's one thing to perform all over the place, Barbados, Trinidad, we know, but there's a really special energy in Grenada, and I'm always excited to be on a stage and just share some music with my people. I know it's going to be a good time. I am especially looking forward to seeing these wonderful artists perform. That is what I'm looking forward to the most, to be real and honest, but also my own thing, which is also going to be a good vibe.
The festival will also feature a vendor village and vibe stage, spotlighting local talent in pan music and DJ sessions. Reporting for GBN News, Beverly Telesford.
This evening, we're spotlighting the heartwarming efforts of Sprinkles of Love, a New York-based non-profit founded by Janine Lewis, and their recent charitable initiative in Grenada.
In a mission that transcended borders, Sprinkles of Love provided an array of educational tools and fun-filled activities across various parishes on the island. The organization distributed essential school supplies, laptops, toys, and a wealth of books to numerous schools. These resources aim to enhance the educational experience and provide the necessary tools for students to thrive in a digital landscape. One of the initiative's highlights was the treasure hunts organized at several schools, where students enthusiastically searched for 17,000 prize-filled eggs. Local collaborators included the Rotary Club of Grenada and the Organization of American States, the OAS, whose representative, Rosalie George, shared insights about the OAS's role and objectives, captivating the children with stories and leading them in games and sing-alongs. This collaboration highlighted the importance of international cooperation in fostering educational opportunities. Sprinkles of Love continues to make a significant impact throughout Grenada, showcasing the enduring power of community and generosity across borders. The organization is currently planning another round of giving for the September back-to-school season. For more information or to contribute to their efforts, visit their website at sprinkleslove.org. For GBN News, Janelle McDonald.
The assistance rendered by members of the public during recent fire outbreaks did not go unnoticed by the fire department of the Royal Grenada Police Force. My colleague Cherry Blackman-Stephen has this report.
Inspector Thaddeus Hamilton said the support of the public has proven quite valuable, as officers within the department could not have contained some of the large fires they've experienced by themselves. The opportunity is now presented for interested persons to become volunteer firefighters with the fire department of the Royal Grenada Police Force. Inspector Hamilton explained how this can be done.
With the support from the community, it was awesome, because we must always keep in mind that the community is the first responders to incidents within the area, and as such we are very grateful for the support, and also the members from the volunteer fire brigade who came out and assisted tremendously. The bona fide volunteer fire brigade that is created, there is laws regulating the volunteer fire brigade. For someone to become a member, first of all, you have to be of good character. You can obtain a form at any of the fire stations, fill it in and submit it. A background check will be done, and once approved, then you will be notified and training will commence. On completion of your training, you'll have the opportunity to take the oath and become a bona fide member of the fire brigade. And you will serve in various areas. Some of the trainings that involves hose line deployment, search and rescue, vehicle extrication, and other aspects of basic firefighting that helps that individual transform from just an ordinary citizen to a well-rounded firefighter. So we have volunteers throughout the island. However, the brigade in St. George is more active.
The fire department recorded a noticeable increase in the number of bush, rubbish, and structural fires occurring during the first quarter of 2024 as compared to the same period in 2023. Sergeant Augustine Mitchell, attached to the fire department, provided some statistics.
The bushfires, as the inspector, 2023, we had 79. And for 2024, we have 135. So we had an increase of bushfire 56 within that period, which gives us a percentage of 70.89%. There was some other increase in the rubbish fires. Rubbish fire, we had 50 for 2024, and for 2023, we have 31, which gives us an increase of 19 rubbish fire, 61.20%. Dwelling house, we have an increase there again. We have 4 increase for this year, 23 for 2024, 19 for 2023. So we had an increase of 21.5%.
The Ministry of Agriculture implemented a no-burn policy, which was meant to encourage farmers and other individuals to refrain from burning. Violation of this policy carries a fine of $500 or 3 months imprisonment.
There is laws that restricts everything. Relative to the agriculture, for the farmers, there is the Agricultural Fires Act. And this act seeks to regulate the setting of fires on agricultural land, a land that is being prepared for agricultural purposes. It it outlines the procedure one must follow before they set fire to land.
Cherry and Blackman, Stephen, GBN News.
Now, Adrian Cyrus, a 50-year-old painter from the Carenage area in St. George, was granted bail after appearing before the St. George's Magistrates Court earlier this week on gun-related charges. Cyrus was apprehended last Friday when police raided the Carenage area and discovered a Glock 19 pistol along with 7 rounds of ammunition in his possession. The raid was part of an ongoing police operation in response to the recent surge in gun-related crimes, which has resulted in the confiscation of several illegal firearms throughout Grenada. Charged with possession of firearm and ammunition, Cyrus made a brief court appearance and he was granted bail set at $35,000 with one surety. As conditions of his bail, he is required to surrender all travel documents and report to the Central Police Station every Monday and Friday between 6 a.m. and 6 p.m. Additionally, he must seek the permission of the court if he needs to travel out of the state. Under the new firearm legislation, which is projected to come into effect on August 1, there are draconian penalties of up to 10 years imprisonment on a summary conviction and up to 40 years imprisonment on an indictment. Adrian Cyrus is scheduled to return to court on October 14, 2024. Agricultural equipment handed over to the government of Grenada from the People's Republic of China. The rest of the details in this report.
Approximately 1 year before the conclusion of the 8th phase of the Chinese Grenada Agricultural Technical Cooperation Project, the People's Republic of China handed over thousands of dollars worth of materials and equipment to the government of Grenada via the Ministry of Agriculture. The equipment will be used to enhance agricultural production in the country. During a brief handover ceremony at the Chinese agricultural farm in Las Vegas on Thursday, Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Agriculture, Isaac Bagwan, along with Ying Chao, head of the Chinese Agricultural Mission, formally signed off on the equipment and materials inclusive of tillers, a tractor, irrigation systems, and water pumps intended to alleviate some of the agricultural constraints in the country. The Permanent Secretary underscored the significance of the enduring friendship between Grenada and the People's Republic of China, particularly in their efforts to support farmers and to boost the agricultural productivity.
This support, of course, will go a very long way in assisting our farmers and hopefully to enhance our productivity, the farmers' productivity, and of course the long-term impact, of course, is to reduce in terms of our food import bill and of course to have healthy food for consumption for our public. With regards to the construction project, also, as was mentioned before, a bamboo facility will be built right here in Las Vegas. A number of Grenadians have previously participated in training courses in China, and with this facility, we expect more persons to be trained, but more importantly, increase alternative use of bamboo, a huge resource in Grenada.
The partnership between Grenada and the People's Republic of China began more than 19 years ago, yielding benefits such as equipment donations, technical assistance, and materials distributed to farmers. Ambassadors Wei Hongxiang of the People's Republic of China expressed optimism that these contributions will further the development and modernization of the agricultural sector.
I think today's event also means a lot. As Mr. Yin mentioned, that the donation of the materials, equipment, including tractors, hand tillers, small tillers, lawn mowers, pumps, and other materials, equipment.
The current 8th cycle of the China-Grenada Agricultural Technical Cooperation Project is scheduled to conclude in the third quarter of 2025. Preliminary discussions have already commenced for the 9th phase, focusing on areas such as irrigation, greenhousing, pig production, and more. Cherian Blackman Stephen, GBN News.
It's time for GBN ISO. Stay with us.
Our ISO reporter tonight submitted photographs of his favorite animal in his yard, which was birthed by a sheep. Our citizen journalist said the animal, Broco, inherited his name when he was born due to a disability he had. The animal did not let that keep him down. Right now, he is 6 months and is vibrant and full of energy. Send us your photo and video submissions via WhatsApp on 405-3052 or our other social media platforms.
Get ready, Grenada, for the 18th annual Hubbard's Legends in Concert. Hubbard's Legends in Concert, as we raise our hands and give thanks. On Saturday, October 26, 2024, Thanksgiving weekend, Grenada Trade Center, 7:30 p.m. Hubbard's Legends in Concert. Stay tuned to GBN for more.
Where are you come out? Where are you from? How was leave free promotion? It is all budget. Somebody send out the warning.
Spend $50 or more at any Hubbard's department or participating outlets for a chance to win free fuel, free drinks, free prizes, free property and vehicular insurance, free Hub TV and internet, free electricity, free coke, free water, free cooking gas, free paint supplies, free Dutch Lady milk, free passes to Sunshine promotion events for 2024, free groceries, all for 1 whole year, and every winner receives a free lunch package. But that's not all. Drive away in style in a brand new Isuzu D-Max. It sips, it doesn't guzzle. So fill out your entries and place them into the marked entry boxes. This promotion is brought to you in part by Dutch Lady, Danny, Promo, Supreme Bleach, Creative Chef, Grenlac, Floor, Salt Petroleum, Grenadian General Insurance Company Limited, Coca-Cola, Sunshine Promotion, Caribouries, Coop Bag, Sesame Spain, and Food Fear. Promotion runs from April 2nd to December 24. Terms and conditions apply.
Miss Faithlin's family drama continues with I Do by Urias Peters at Labucan Creative Center, Saturdays at 8 p.m., Sundays at 6 p.m., June 8th to 30th.
Yard. Use a broom instead of a hose. Save water.
This awareness initiative is part of activities under the Climate Resilient Water sector in Grenada. The project is funded by the Green Climate Fund, the German government, and the government of Grenada.
With the biggest blowout sale from Sisson's Paints. Get 30% on Sisson's Text Coat, Berger Weatherproof, and Easy Clean paints, all sizes. Your Weather Warrior, paint to protect. Ensure your home is season ready and beautiful. Don't miss out on this limited time offer. Head to the Color Shop or any Sisson's hardware partner nationwide and save 30% now. Shop now and get a free plastic float with every Sisson's Text Coat purchase and a free Paint Sensations paint with every 1 gallon purchase of Berger Weatherproof or Sisson's Easy Clean. Sale ends soon.
Struggling to secure a business loan because of limited credit history or loan security? The Eastern Caribbean Partial Credit Guarantee has the security you need. The Eastern Caribbean Partial Credit Guarantee, ECPCGC, is a bridge to accessible financing for micro, small and medium enterprises in the Eastern Caribbean Currency Union. Backed by the Eastern Caribbean Central Bank with funding from the World Bank. We work with financial institutions to help MSMEs get credit to stay in business, grow their business, or invest in green technologies. Our process is simple. Apply for a loan at your local lender. If collateral is in question, our partial credit guarantee is the answer. Once you meet the criteria, we pledge up to 80% of the collateral you're short of. Reach out to an ECPCGC participating lender or visit www.ecpcgc.org for more information. The Eastern Caribbean Partial Credit Guarantee for MSMEs. Your business, your growth, our guarantee.
Hello, ECS. Grenada is on a track to become a Caribbean trendsetter for waste management and recycling. We are establishing a recycling culture to rid our landfill, our country, of plastic waste. Under the OECS Recycle Pilot Project, residents and the business sector are being encouraged to see the potential in plastic. Every day, plastic bottles can be stored and prepared for collection and recycling. Plastic is not waste. There is investment opportunity in plastic recycling. Sustainable clean water, food safety, beautiful beaches, marine spaces, and a potential arena for investment for OECS entrepreneurs. Let's recycle and explore avenues to convert plastic into profit.
Recycle OECS. Green actions, blue oceans.
At Quartz Optical, 2 are better than 1. Be always ready for the occasions with a second pair of eyewear. Find your fit with a pair. Get 50% off on all men's frames and sunglasses, plus 30% off all other purchases. Ray-Ban, Armani, Converse, Vogue, and much more. Get that frame today. Shop with no cash and pay later. Plus, you can book your eye examination appointment online today on www.quartzoptical.com. Only at Quartz Optical. Value you can see.
Are you looking for a reliable, affordable, and customer-friendly pharmacy? Look no further than Hills and Valley Pharmacy, the nation's leading healthcare products and services provider. We are committed to serving you at convenient locations. Find an extensive and affordable selection of prescription and over-the-counter drugs and medical supplies at Church Street, Hillsborough, Carriacou, Jubilee Street, Grenville, St. Andrew, near the bus terminal, and Halifax and Grenville Street, St. George. Our committed team is always available to offer valuable assistance for managing your health and wellness. Discover the additional benefits of our wholesale distribution on Halifax Street and our Medcare Center on Grenville Street, where we provide in-house physiotherapy, massage therapy, doctor consultations, and eye care services. Our commitment is to satisfy all your healthcare needs, including competitive prices, loyalty rewards, and special discounts for seniors. Contact us at 435-6904 and WhatsApp 535-4734. Choose Hills and Valley Pharmacy. Remember, your health is our business.
Served Grenada for decades. We are the #1 and largest electrical supplier.
Hi, welcome to Sunny Electrical. How may I help?
We offer electrical wire accessories, tools, and appliances for all residential, commercial, and industrial applications, which is what we are known for. And we expanded our products with new innovative ways to modernize your home. New homeowners will be captivated in our lighting showrooms.
Some more pendant lights here. These are very multifunctional because they can work for kitchens, living rooms, bedrooms.
We have a wide selection of lighting, ranging from indoor to outdoor and solar. We are also available for site visit services to assist you with selecting the perfect light for your forever home. We are located at Dusty Highway in Grenada, St. George. Sudden Electrical. Best value, expert advice, quality products. We hope to see you soon.
A natural disaster can change your life in minutes. Preparation is the best protection for your family and business. Prepare now. Create a disaster plan and make sure everyone knows what to do. Store water, non-perishable food, and medication. Remember basic emergency supplies such as batteries and flashlights. Trim overhanging trees. If trees near power lines are unsafe to trim, call Grenelec at 237 for assistance or advice. Install surge protectors to safeguard your electrical devices against outages and intermittent surges. Make sure your generator has an isolation switch. It will prevent power from feeding to our lines and electrocuting others. For more information, visit grenelec.com.
Grenelec, energizing our Grenada.
Use a pan to wash and rinse your dishes. Save water.
This awareness initiative is part of activities under the Climate Resilient Water sector in Grenada. The project is funded by the Green Climate Fund, the German government, and the government of Grenada.
I am Audrey Jackson.
I'm Greg Jackson.
On February 19th at 4 a.m., a gun was used to take my son from me. You know him as Pop Smoke. We call him Shar. Because of gun violence, I'll never see my son run up the front of our steps, taking them two at a time. He won't ever take my hands again and dance with me. He won't come into my room and muscle pose in the mirror. Gun violence destroys families. It must stop.
Who are you sharing your secondhand smoke with?
This moment is all that I've been dreaming of. Well, focus.
Cricket, lovely cricket, as we bring you ball by ball commentaries of the T20 World Cup. The Cut and Drive Network, in association with this radio station, are pleased to be a part of the excitement. Join me, Andrew Mason, as I lead a team of top-class cricket commentators right through to the finals on June the 29th at the historic Kensington Oval. Cricket, lovely cricket, on this radio station. You got a date, so don't be late.
This moment is all that I've been dreaming of. Well, focus. Your feet, a glimmer in your skin.
Welcome back, viewers and listeners. It's 19 minutes after 7 o'clock. It's time for the conversation. We should have had a guest in the studio this morning. Unfortunately, I don't know if it's the inclemency of the weather or what, but I would not say who the guest was supposed to be, because I do hope that they do turn up. But in the interim, we do have some space for a conversation. I want to say good morning to you, Marilyn Gilbert, Lynette Pemberton, good morning. Joseph Ross, good morning. Randall Rochelle Cummings, good morning. I hope you all are doing fine. Veronica Sandy, good morning. Anna Williams, good morning. And good morning to the parrots out there in Rivulet Lane and Grenville, Mr. Lennox and Miss Denise, good morning. Hope you all are doing fine. Mom and Dad, I usually refer to them. Yeah, folks, it's 20 minutes after 7, and we do have time for a conversation. Now, something that dawned on me, although I did not feel that earthquake on Saturday night, just into Sunday morning, because it said it occurred at 2 minutes onto 12. In terms of our readiness, all right, the hurricane season is on us. In terms of our readiness and preparedness for disaster, do you think we're where we're supposed to be, or what are some of the things I wish someone from NADMA's background, someone who deal with that before, could chip in and just give some additional information and so forth. We're going to keep it nice and and meaningful, let your contributions make sense as much as possible. So let's go to the phone line. Good morning, caller.
Hey, morning, Rosen.
Welcome to the program. Talk to me quickly.
They will take part out twice, within 2 o'clock.
Okay.
It came out time shaky first, and then it came out heavy afterwards.
Okay.
And it was sort of dance and shake and thing.
So, in keeping with what we want to discuss this morning, do you think that, what are some of the things you think we can do as a people in terms of our readiness and preparedness for disaster? Because in Grenada, anytime we talk disaster, we tend to think of only hurricane, but that's not the case. You see, we just had an earthquake, and in addition to an earthquake, a follow-up to an earthquake could also be a tsunami. So, in terms of readiness and preparedness, do you think we are ready?
We are ready, I don't mean, it's truly makes Venezuela the main, but you get a little trauma now and then.
Well, the thing about it, earthquakes don't tell you where they will strike, eh?
No, you tell anytime. But we're not the main of the earthquake. The earthquake main is both Trinidad and Venezuela and Obi-Wan and Mexican places outside. But you get a little trauma now and then, but you can pass anytime.
Okay.
Yeah, where you go, like nature.
All right. Thank you, caller. Thank you. Good. 435-2041, that's the number to call to give your 2 pence on that discussion in terms of our readiness and preparedness for disaster. Dr. Terence Walters, good morning to you and the team at NADMA. Sean, good morning. Hope you all are doing fine. Give us a call, 435-2041. However, if there's the rain is on at the moment. Things can happen. We are expecting, because of the adverse dry season that we've just had, landslides and so forth are also expected because the soils are very loose and so forth. Heavy downpours can lead to landslides and so forth. So in your community, in your area, are you ready? Are you prepared for the advent of these things? Good morning, caller.
Mr. Innocent, good morning.
Welcome to the program.
Thank you, sir. Very, very prudent and important topic. Disaster and disaster management.
Okay.
But before you could think about disaster and disaster management, we have to think about disaster preparedness based on your vulnerability. And that could come in 2 categories, natural and man-made.
Okay.
So a lot of education there is needed
But do you think? I know Dr. Walters has a strong team around him, and they've started and it's continuous, the development of the community disaster teams and so forth. Do you think we are making headways as it relates to disaster? Because in Grenada, like I said, people think that when we talk disaster, we only talk hurricanes, but that's not the case, huh?
No, sir. Your vulnerability and what you call risk mitigation. So you must have your risk. You must know your risk. What is your risk? Whether natural, man-made, education, whatever, you must know your risk. And the risk is towards something. What? Daily living? So if your risk is towards your daily living, then you have to do everything within your powers to minimize and mitigate that level of risk. So here now, the government is supposed to have a national policy, not only that, because the government is the first insurer in the event of a disaster. So if your economy is weak, then your ability to insure is also weak.
Okay.
So we have to be very careful when we're talking about disaster preparedness, disaster awareness, disaster management. All these things we have to put in. It's not something you could just chuck up in here and chuck up in there and chuck up in there and chuck up in here.
It has to be well strategized, right?
Yes, and it has to be embedded in the mentality and the attitude of the people.
Okay.
Thank you. I don't want to go too much into that because that is something that is ongoing and that is something that is very, very wide.
Right. Thank you.
Right? But it's good to know. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Have a good one. Have a good one, caller. Let's take a call via our WhatsApp platform. Good morning, caller.
Good morning, Mr.
Welcome to the program. How are you?
Thank you. So, thanking God for life. I just wanted to share my thoughts on the topic you raised.
Please do.
Well, just after Ivan, so I met with an engineer who came to Grenada with to help with the rebuilding process. I would not have mentioned where he's from, but he did say to me, he said, Miss, if a major earthquake comes to Grenada, most of the houses will be destroyed. I asked him why so. He said the integrity of these houses are highly compromised. Because he said what is happening is that a lot of people are putting up themselves as builders and contractors, but they do not have engineering skills. So they take the people money and they build a nice structure, but it's not built in such a way. If we see that, Mr. Innocent in Ivan, how many houses were destroyed by Ivan?
Yeah.
Big houses. And he said if it was an earthquake, a magnitude of like 7, almost half of Grenadians could have died.
Okay. Okay.
What we have to do, what the government has to do, they have to probably have something in place to allow us contractors to pay a license and scrutinize their practice carefully to make sure that they know what they are doing when they take the people money. The people had earned money, you have to pay back hundreds of $1,000s for their shelter. People, Grenadians have shortchanged too much over and over in almost every area of life. Now, a lot of people now are pushing back on the PDA. The PDA getting a lot of resistance to people because people do not want to get the approval. They want to build how they want. So the PDA presently, I understand, is getting a lot of resistance from Grenadians when the PDA is seeking their interest, the compliance, the building compliance. But Mr. Since I always talk about governance, these things have been let happen over the years, recklessness, unlawfulness, and now it's coming to roost.
Okay.
I pray that people who are building right now are seeking good advice from, I don't know if we have the engineers here to advise us, but when you take out a loan, if you take out a loan of $300,000 to build your house, when you finish payback, you almost paid over $800,000. Do the math.
Yeah.
Hard-earned monies. We are poor people. Yes, sir. So that is my contribution, and I'm glad you raised the topic. I hope other people could. I'm not an engineer. I'm not anybody.
Okay. You just give you 2 pence.
I give me 2 pence, sir.
Thank you very much. Have a good day. All right. Okay, good. Bye-bye. God bless. All right, let's nice. Let's do this. Let's take another WhatsApp call. Good morning, caller.
Good morning, sir. How you doing?
I ain't do it yet, but I go do it,
I'm not too in agreement with the last caller.
Okay, well, that's what the program is about. Let's hear your views now.
Listen. The majority of countries that earthquake struck in the past and damaged the property is construction with 15 stories, etc., etc. I hardly seen countries where earthquake damaged countries like Grenada, right? I'm not saying she's wrong, but that too much. I think maybe she put it too much on the engineers that they're not doing it right and we don't build it right. Yes, we have to build it right, but much damage wasn't done in earthquake in the Caribbean, except Haiti. You understand?
Yeah.
But it's a tsunami that does do all the damages in earthquake. Let me tell you what I feel what should be done.
Go ahead, I'm listening.
We have elevations, right? And it starts from zero, from the beaches, right? So we must have data, a pattern to see how much a tsunami could damage a country, especially a country like Guava, Sobies. You do your data tests, right? And if you do your data tests and you know how earthquake hit, you're asking them people immediately to vacate that location because you know the earthquake will come in with a lot of energy and sweep, etc., etc.
The tsunami, right? The tsunami you're talking about?
Yes, sorry. The tsunami will come in and sweep.
Okay.
So that is the kind of data we have to have and disseminate around the country.
Okay.
So so we don't get lost. I think that is very, very, very important.
I think it boils down to education. The people have to be educated and know what can happen and what should happen when this happens.
But something on to touch. Yeah.
Go ahead, I'm listening.
Something on to touch on again. We're talking about we're talking about after disaster, right? Shelters. That is the problem with the challenge we have in Grenada. We doesn't have shelters. We going in schools. A shelter supposed to be well located with roof, concrete roof, so no water can take it.
Okay.
We don't have that kind of shelter. We have to invest in them kind of shelter, right? That could accommodate people according to the vicinity and the area they live. If you have a place with a place like, let's say, Sobies, with 500 persons, you have a shelter to accommodate them, a shelter, not a church or school. That is the problem we have, and we have to invest on that.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, caller. So that you see, it all boils back to what my good friend from St. David always talk about: the economy, right? The economy has to be one of such to accommodate these things that the caller was saying, and rightfully so. Or shelters. Well, we're using what we have at the moment, but I would love to see our economy reach that level where we can get the adequate facilities. And again, as I said, education. Or people have to be educated as to what to do when this happens. Good morning, caller. Welcome.
Yes, hello.
Welcome to the program. Good morning.
I always listen to your program, right?
Well, that's good.
And here what happened. I heard Mr. Rulo spoke on numerous occasions. And I used to say, well, Mr. Rulo joking. But what happened, I'm a sick person, right?
Uh-huh.
I'm suffering with 3 strokes. Plus I have glaucoma and arthritis. So I went to town on Thursday to buy some medication. While going across the St. John Street to go back to the bus terminal to get a bus, I meet a lady on the corner there. And that woman started getting on with me. What are they done? So I started laughing. And the man laughing. But the thing about it, I wasn't laughing based on, she told me what I was laughing at. She based on how she getting on. I never knew you had so much illiterate people in Grenada. We need to organize a center for popular education in Grenada.
Okay.
When I look at the woman,
The woman wasn't a black woman. You know, she had black pigment in her skin, but she was not a black woman. Because her fingernail, if you see her fingernail, it's green and blue. I never see black people so. God didn't make us so. She here, red and blue.
Bossman, I do understand your concerns and the grievance that you have, but I permitted you to just voice your thing, but you're going far, man. You're fine?
Well, she was not she. Well, she was not she.
Okay.
I go so far and look at, I said, well, everything she had wanted people would. Maybe
all right.
Under which she having wasn't
no, you're gone too far now, okay? Thank you for your contribution, but I accommodated you, I tolerated you to an extent, but that is way too far now. Good morning, caller. Good morning.
Good morning, bro.
Welcome to the program.
Thanks. No, not all earthquake, on the correct one I call it. Not all earthquake comes with a tsunami. For instance, earlier on this year up in Afghanistan, Pakistan area, all them areas they had earthquake. And you will be surprised at the damage that was done to structures. 2 elevations, 1 elevation, 3 elevations, totally destroyed.
Okay.
So one of your callers is inaccurate. So saying that, look at how this earthquake come midnight, Saturday is Sunday. Data is only gathered after the fact of something happened. You understand? No. If that was major, a lot of people that died in the night and unknown to their own sense. You understand?
Right.
So I am thinking about getting the what you call this the telephone companies, like in America when I was up there. If a little thunderstorm coming, you're getting a lot on your phone minutes or probably half an hour before. A lot for this area. Be careful if you go in that area because it might have tornado or whatever. So in a case like that, if an earthquake occurs, let me say 90 seconds to 160 seconds after, a lot come on your phone through to the service providers here. Some people might be in bed. It might wake them up in case you're in an area where a tsunami might be headed. Just for one, information-wise, so that the phone will go off, you'll get a beep, you go ring or something, and that will alert you or wake you, and you will read the message, and you will prepare yourself in that way.
Okay.
But, you see, I'm just saying it for what you want, because look at the hour this thing come in the night when most people in bed.
Yeah.
So you have a good morning, brother.
You too. Have a good one, bro. Have a good one yourself. All right, caller, I agree with you with that. We need some kind of warning, but it's not all the time. Mother Nature gives us the time to send out a warning. Yeah. Folks, tell you what, it's 22 minutes on to the hour of 8 o'clock. Let's take a commercial break. We'll be back after these messages. Don't you go anywhere.
I want to control your anger. There's a way to feel better. That's one thing to remember. No matter where you are, you can be a star. Stop and take a deep breath and relax yourself. Take another deep breath and relax it. Eliminate violence.
you sharing your secondhand smoke with?
Solve your conflict in a different way. Choose peace and love instead of all bloodshed. Leave and long leave and you see the violence thing.
Make the change.
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 Make a change.
Make the change.
Make the change.
End the gun violence now.
Just please give life a chance. Let's stop the violence. Oh.
Spend $50 or more at any Hubbard's department or participating outlets for a chance to win free fuel, free drinks, free prizes, free property and vehicle insurance, free Hub TV and internet, free electricity, free coke, free water, free cooking gas, free paint supplies, free Dutch Lady milk, free passes to Sunshine promotion events for 2024, free groceries, all for one whole year. And every winner receives a free lunch package. But that's not all. Drive away in style in a brand new Isuzu D-Max. It sips, it doesn't guzzle. So fill out your entries and place them into the marked entry boxes. This promotion is brought to you in part by Dutch Lady, Danny, Promo, Supreme Bleach, Creative Chef, Grenlac, Floor, Salt Petroleum, Grenadian General Insurance Company Limited, Coca-Cola, Sunshine Promotion, Caribberies, Coop Bank, Sesame Spain, and Food Fear. Promotion runs from April 2nd to December 24th. Terms and conditions apply.
Good morning and welcome back to the conversation. Let's go back to the telephone line. Good morning.
Good morning, Innocent. A pleasant good Monday morning to you.
How you do?
I'm good. Mr. Innocent, I believe that based on the time we were hit by the earthquake, it is imperative for us homeowners to take a good look at our structures, especially the high-rise one, to before we really, assess what damages or if there is any damage was done. Because it's only after yesterday afternoon while looking around the property, you can see various cracks around, the edges of the building. And a lot of us may not, know that or might not be looking for these things. But I think it is imperative. I saw a senior person yesterday that said to me, the wind was very high, the wind was blowing high. I said, how you know that? He said, well, the louvers fell and, the house. He didn't even realize that it was an earthquake, I guess, based on the structure. So, we would be affected in different ways. It's early to tell. There are some people who have tiles that popped up, and in various ways we were affected. So I just, urge that let us know that we're into the season of these sort of things. And it's not easy to be prepared at the middle of the night, but we have to be a little more observant and look out for these things. Have a great day. I thank you. I just want to say congratulations to all of the graduating classes for this year.
Okay. Thank you. Have a good day. All right, folks, it's 16 minutes on to. Just want to say good morning to you, Mr. Shem Theodore. Auntie loves you very much. That's Mildred, and she hopes that you have a wonderful day. Wasn't much of a commotion. A guy started off good with his comment, then just made a whole U-turn in the wrong direction. Someone says something. Let me take this other call before I do that. Good morning, caller. Caller, you got to turn the volume of your radio down and call back. I'm not taking that noise this morning, really. All right, let's go back. Good morning. You've got to fix the volume. Turn whatever you have down and call back. All right, do that first and then call. Okay? Now, someone on WhatsApp says, the lady who just called is absolutely correct. It is very important to remember that the majority of the population don't even remember Ivan. Build your house thinking of the three little piggies. The strong one will survive. Let's go back to the telephone line. Good morning, caller.
Good morning.
Turn your volume down, please.
Mr. Innocent.
Turn the volume of whatever you have back.
Yes. You know, I think the question you asked was preparation. Isn't that so?
Yeah, are we prepared? Preparedness, and how do we deal with it?
Okay. Let me tell you something. A lot of us, I say also, in Grenada, even when we're doing construction, I want you to say sending in what the intention of the structure. They are mixing up metric system and British system. I hope you could explain that afterwards. Now, that tells me something about some of the builders. I can't tell you the majority or the minority, but I have some knowledge about that. Because sometimes you talk to people and they might even put that to you, what they see or what they know. So that's how I know it. Anyhow, if we were to prepare for anything, one thing we must have is we have to be thrifty, save for the rainy day. Now, when we talk about the rainy day, they don't mean only the rains, you know. It could be hurricane, it could be tsunami, or no tsunami, or whatever, man destruction, or whatever it is. So the first thing we have to do is to be thrifty, save some money like you for the future. Build reasonable, good, strong houses. So get good builder to build your house, not to what you just use again, compromise and sort of build it at a lower cost. No, this is what we have to do.
Okay.
And if you get chance, I would like you to, as everybody want, the government, maybe the government would have to put some money aside should in case a catastrophe occur. Whether it's gun violence, so a lot of people might die, or whether it be hurricane, but it's some catastrophe. I can go on talking about that, but
yeah, but I won't let you do that. Have a good one.
I want to give you to put on your 2 cents.
Yes.
Or you and the others.
Okay.
Even if they don't know.
Have a good one.
Every one of us want to give ideas.
Have a good one.
But he who thinks that he knows, do not know that he does not know.
Have a good day.
Thank you very much.
Have a good day, caller. Have a good day. I'll pray for you. You need a whole Saraka, praise the Lord and go work for you this morning. Yeah, you have to have a whole man. Good morning. It's 12 minutes away from 8 o'clock. Yeah, I do have a lot of patience, Nutmeg. I do. Let's go back to the telephone line. Good morning, caller.
Good morning, Innocent, and morning to your listeners.
Welcome to the program.
Now, one of the things we're missing is the nature of response we will need when we have disaster or even the preparation. It must be collective. What we have been doing over the years is just haphazardly asking people to do things and do that. I remember before Hurricane Ivan, when I was warning that the way we were going was not helpful, I was ridiculed even by people on this radio station. I mean, people personnel. And later on they came back and said, yeah, he was right. But it's not about right or wrong, it's about what we see. I think was your second caller, woman. She said something which is true, that people who could see saw that the integrity of the houses was not good. I had an engineer from Montreal who on an exchange program, and when we went around Grenada, he keep on saying to me how he was concerned about what could happen if we have any earthquake or so, because he said, look, people building big houses and little and the pillars and so on, especially on slopes, and that was not really good. Both for hurricane and for earthquake. So I think what happened, and I think another caller might have said, your second caller, your favorite caller, said something about the thing had to be embedded. Now, Cuba, for instance, and I always like to use Cuba because people internationally use that. Cuba, when people talk about the economy and them kind of thing, Cuba is one of the poor countries that we could think about. But Cuba have had the least human damage and even environmental damage from disaster because they live with that as a consciousness. We don't. We only go about our business doing anything haphazard and so on, and then whenever things like that approaching, we invoke some God in the sky and so on, which never works. So we need to become conscious of our responsibility in helping to stabilize. And finally, one of the things we lost was the knowledge of the indigenous people who were here, who live here thousands of years and knew how to deal with hurricane. Hurricane came near all the time, but they were able to survive. We have killed them out, and they're no longer around to tell us in numbers what they did. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, caller. Have yourself a wonderful day. Folks, it's 10 minutes away from 8 o'clock. Just turned 9 minutes on to 8, and I want to use the platform to urge us all. We're into the hurricane season, but we have to be mindful of the fact that hurricanes are not the only disaster that can happen. All right, so take the time, just read up, solicit information, seek knowledge on how to deal with various disasters. How do you deal with flooding? How do you deal with a tsunami? How do you deal with earthquakes? How do you deal with fire, natural fires? All right, well, I'm not certain we're going to have much of that now because we're getting quite a lot of rain. Okay, but empower yourself. There's information out there. There's a whole lot of information out there. Use the internet for some positive reason this time around, and solicit information. Call NADMAC. Dr. Walters will be willing to assist. Remember, be mindful of the fact that disasters are not only hurricanes. And even if you want to, it's important that you do as much research as possible on hurricanes. So when a hurricane is upon us, you have a clear idea of the do's and the don'ts. Know where your shelters are. Know who the emergency numbers that you need to call, the people that you need to have on speed dial, and so forth. What is the best route to take, and things like that. Don't take these things for granted. All right, time has proven that God has multiple citizenship. He's no longer just a Grenadian. So things can happen here. All right? And we have to be prepared. We really have to. Good morning, caller.
Yes, Sam. Good morning to you, sir.
How you do?
Quiet you doing? How are you today?
Nice. I'm good.
Right. You have a great day. One of the problems that I'm making this observation, we could talk disaster as much as we want, but maybe the biggest disaster we have is our people who seems not to be able to unite. Yeah? We have something to do there. We are too hostile with each other. We cannot dialogue, and that's one of the biggest problems. If we learn to dialogue and to assist one another, come together, many disasters that may occur can be solved. Okay. So I am really calling and urging our people, let's have a little more love for each other. Let us stop maybe the attacking and the pulling down and the dragging down. Come together in discussion. That's the way we're going to solve all our problems in this country.
Okay.
Unite and peace, harmony among the citizens.
Okay.
Have a good day.
Thank you, caller. Thank you very much. I don't complain about you ever, but if I have to, it will be about your lack of reminding people not to throw their hand garbage on the ground and waiting for a hurricane to blow it out to sea is not good. Bin it. All right. Okay. So I need to be pushing this, put it in a bin thing. All right, a little more. Okay, Papi, all right. 435-2041. We still have 6 minutes left on the program before we join the BBC. Yep. Marilyn Gilbert, good morning. Very active this morning as always. So with the little time that I have left, I want to implore us as a people to, gain as much knowledge, gather as much information as you can as it relates to the disasters that can happen. All right? And we take a lot of things for granted. Remember, Kikamjeni is right there. It's an active underwater volcano. It's being monitored by the Seismic Research Center as from UWI, but something even from there, this is not intended to scare you. All right, but it's just to make you aware of what can happen. Even Kikamjani could trigger off a tsunami. As a matter of fact, I know there were procedures in place, and having tsunami warning and mimicking tsunamis in the north and so forth. But it's important that individually we get to understand about these things. All right. Good morning to the folks in Soubise and Marquis and surrounding areas that are, very close to the beach. Duquesne, good morning. Davie, all right. Guave, Victoria. These places are right on the water's edge. All right. Are you, doing your research to, to find out what to do in the event of a high wave? You understand? Where is your common ground? Where do you head to? All right. What do you do in the event of, we had that storm surge a couple of years back. And, so it's important, very important that we as a people, we do not rely wholly and solely on the relevant authorities. Yes, the authorities are there to guide us, but we need to have independent, individual awareness. All right. Good morning to Miss Bernadette, Miss B, not my queen, says good morning. All right. Yeah, the camera woman. That's how she refer to you. Miss B is not a camera woman, and Miss B is one nice, lovey-docious person. Good morning, Miss B. Good morning, caller.
Hello. Good morning. How are you, my brother?
I am alive and thankful. How are you?
Good too. Listen, a major problem that we are confronted with here, I think, no disrespect, we are too many self-made and self-proclaimed engineers and builders. We need to have probably an institute where people, you may not be an engineer in the true sense of the word, knowing all the physics, the mathematics, etc., but you should be of a certain standard academically. If you are going to be given a project, a construction project, for example, an individual has to go to a financial institution for funding, that person should be certified, and the state should have a body whereby X or Y or Z should not be given that house to build. There's a difference in building a wall and building a home. Someone's investment, which is huge, a life investment, or apart from that, it might be a public building where a disaster strikes strikes and people lost their lives. Okay? So I think we need to be mindful of that, and the folks who are qualified for construction purposes, they should be a bit more honest in many areas, because you will go around, you'll get an engineer looking at another engineer's work, and there are so many fundamental flaws that can be pointed out. Okay? So that is another aspect. But what everyone needs to do is to, as you rightly said, do research, read, educate ourselves, and know how we can mitigate individually against natural disasters. Okay, my brother?
Thank you.
That's a decent program. That's a very, very good program you are hosting this morning.
Congratulations. Thank you, caller.
Okay, bye-bye.
Thank you. Sharon Bartholomew agrees with you too. Folks, it's 1 minute away from 8 o'clock. If someone calls in 5 seconds, we'll accommodate that call. If not, we'll end it here, because I do not want my good friend to get annoyed that she didn't get the BBC this morning. Good morning to all the folks attached to the fire department of the RGPF. Good morning to you. And as a matter of fact, good morning to the rank and file of the RGPF. You know, from the head to the constable. All right, good morning. You know, you need to get your flowers. You know, you're doing a great job. You're doing a great job. There are times when certain, you know, factions, certain elements within the service, you know, miss, but they're human. You understand? So good morning to you all. Good morning to the folks at the Morris Bishop International Airport. And thank each and every one of you for being a part of the program this morning. If the good Lord spare your lives, we'll do it again tomorrow. Same time, same place, same frequencies, channels, platforms. I love you. Bye-bye.